So there's my sewing station. You see that I made some modifications to my design. Now have these adjustable straps that can increase the force applied to the forehead beanbag and the forelock beanbag. If you don't know why the hell I'm wearing beanbags on my head, it's I think that the cause of male pattern baldness is changing skull shape. It bulges here and here. I didn't always used to think this, and that's kind of the subject of this video, because I've noticed, being on YouTube and seeing other videos on YouTube, like a lot of guys are talking about finasteride, minoxidil, and derma rolling, which I think is interesting because back in 2006, when I went on hair loss forums for the first time, they're all talking about finasteride, minoxidil, and derma rolling. Maybe derma rolling was a few years later, but it's like the same stuff is being pushed. Like this, minoxidil's been around for 40 years. Propitia's been around for 30 years, and these guys on the internet, like these young punks, that have no hair loss or minimal hair loss, and have no idea what they're doing. They're just regurgitating information on the internet. Are getting thousands and thousands of people watching their videos about how to use minoxidil, finasteride, and derma rolling to regrow their hair, and they're getting accolades, like people saying, "Oh, you're an inspiration," and like even like I've seen like a comment from a hair loss doctor saying, like, I've been a hair loss surgeon for 20 years and I'm so impressed by the research that you've done. And it's just ridiculous to me because like I use this stuff for 13 years and it didn't work. Like, and it's been around forever and people have used it, and if it worked, there would be no baldness, but there is. I was like, oh, well, people don't use it. I used it for 13 years. I started minoxidil in 2006. Started finasteride in 2008, started microneedling in 2013, did laser combs, I did RU58841, I did all the shampoo, like the nizoral shampoos, got on that in 2008, got the 2% in 2010-ish. Stuff doesn't work. I used it, and it's ridiculous. Like, take it from a guy, because these 25-year-olds are out here pushing this stuff. I've been balding for as long as these guys have been alive. Here's a picture of me. This is, I don't know, the focus isn't great here. You see my hairline. This is me when I was a sophomore in high school. Let me get the focus. If I move in. Yeah, it's not that great. But you can see, like, so this is in the year 2000. I was a sophomore. I was 15 years old. This is not a great hairline for a 15-year-old. I mean, if I had this hairline, I'd be thrilled right now, but it's not like a straight across hairline, right? It's not like just a wall of hair. Like, there's some pushback on both sides already at 15, the year 2000. This entire century, I've been balding. All right. Take some advice from a guy who's been balding for the entire 21st century and been trying to stop it since 2006. Noticed it in 2004, kind of denied it, then really started trying to do stuff in 2006. All the hair loss drugs out there do not work. I used them. I believed in them. I believed in modern science. I believed in DHT and genetics. I thought that was the cause of hair loss. I went hardcore. Was very dedicated. Never missed a day of application. I tried to increase the potency by mixing minoxidil with tretinoin, drinking grapefruit juice and finasteride, spiking finasteride with dutasteride a few times a week. It doesn't do anything, because you know what? It doesn't stop your skull from changing shape. And it's totally obvious once you start looking for it. The reason your hair growth pattern is the way it is because of your skull shape. Boom, boom, you want to come here and show everyone your, like, infant females. And this will be the end of it. See, this is my almost 2-year-old daughter, Cassandra. The cutest human ever with male pattern baldness. look at that hairline. It's starting to grow in now because her forehead is flattening out. But you can see how round her forehead is. Whoop, a lot of curvature there. A lot of curvature. This bulging forehead. This is not a good forehead for growing hair. Now, as she grows into her body, into her juvenile body, this forehead will flatten out and her hair will grow in. It's already starting to grow in a little bit because her forehead has been flattening out. But infants can have the same growth pattern as adult men. And the commonality is our foreheads. These big round foreheads. Bulbous round foreheads. Protruding areas of the forehead. The forehead bulges out and it causes a lot of roundness. See, there's a lot of curvature here. There's not so much curvature down here. Very broad forehead. Back when my hair was like this, the forehead was broad way up here. Now it's gotten way rounder. That's the difference. That's the difference between then and now. When I was cute as a button, now I'm old and scraggly. Broad forehead was all the way up, or nearly up. It was starting to curve a little bit more acutely up there. That's why my hairline was starting to get pushed back. But that's all it is. It's forehead. Look at humans with curly hair. They have a flat vertical forehead. They don't have a bulbous forehead like this. They don't have extreme curvature in the front of their skull like I do. Like I didn't have it here. It was that curvature did not exist. This curvature up like that roundness. There's no contour. There's no sharp change in direction. It did not exist here. There was a sharper change in direction. There's a broad forehead up here, and then it sharply changed in direction, and that hair on the top of my head. All right, it's all about your forehead. Forehead and the curvature thereof. Broad, broad, wide arch on the front of your head and on the top of your head. That's how you grow hair. That's why I have this helmet thing that I'm working on, prototyping. You got more of a chance of growing your hair wearing these stupid bean bags than you do. You can't even get this shit on. Than you do with all the fancy hair loss drugs out there. And it's the same drugs. That's the stupid thing. The same stuff is being talked about now as if it's new stuff in 2026, when the stuff was around back in 2006 when I was on the hair loss forums. Right? It's just the echo chamber. It's getting worse. The echo chamber is getting worse because of AI and the internet and this new generation that can't think for themselves. Right? The internet has to think for them. Right? They have to, I don't know how to do this. I'll ask AI. AI is going to give you the most mainstream, generic answer. I mean, it'll help you with like functional stuff, like how to change a tire, probably. But like big picture stuff, like stuff that like goes against the dogma of modern medicine, or any sort of like mainstream bullcrap that's out there, like health related. Or just anything science related, basically. Anything mainstream science related is just total bullcrap. That's what I've learned. I used to buy into all that stuff. Now I don't, for good reason. Stuff doesn't work. And it's also like you investigate it, and like it turns out, it's a giant lie. Right? You got more of a chance of growing your hair back with these bean bags than the same stuff that's been around for 30 or 40 years. I take it from a guy who's been balding this entire century and been trying to stop it almost the entire century. Right, 4 years into the century, oh shit, I'm going bald. What do? Deny it. Went through 2 years of that. And then I started trying to do stuff, and the stuff does not work. Doesn't change your head from changing shape. Doesn't stop your head from changing shape. It's all head shape. Your hair growth pattern is going to adjust to your current head shape. Why your head is changing shape over time? That's very interesting. I have a lot of interesting theories about that. And there's like almost no science involved. It's all alchemy. It's all ancient wisdom. All observational wisdom, basically. Observational science. That's what it is. Like looking at the earth, seeing how things work. Oh, there's a male energy, there's a female energy. Male goes up, female goes down. There's a life force. Wherever that life force settles, it expands. Oh, males have a bigger, broader, wider upper body. Females have a broader lower body. We have this expansion in our upper body. This male goes up. Something like that. That's kind of what where my head is right now. Because I'm trying new stuff. Because the old stuff doesn't work. Don't listen to these 25-year-olds who have not been been alive as long as I've been going bald, and listen to their crap. Or these hair loss doctors are completely deluded. They keep doing hair transplants on people, and then they come back 6 years later, I need another hair transplant. That's my dad. Every 6 years, he needs another new hair transplant, because the hair falls out. You're taking healthy hair, you're planting in where hair doesn't grow. It's not fertile ground for hair anymore. Something's wrong about that area. It's like the terrain has changed. Things are different. So I just wanted to rant about that. If you're interested in alternative theories, if you suspect, you've tried all that stuff, you tried the minoxidil. I tried every combination. For years, I was like, no, it's got to work. I got to try this guy did it. That guy on Reddit did it. Like, what's the right combination? What frequency with the microneedling? What needle length? Do I do the foam? Do I do the liquid Minox? Do I do the ProStar 1/4? Do I do 1/8? Do I do half ProStars? Do I have to do just the Protecia? I just tried everything, and it didn't work. And if you're at that point, we're just giving up, then you've given up on the mainstream narrative about what causes hair loss, what causes everything, how science explains everything. Go to my website, hairlossalchemy.com. It's all anti-science. It's all me just using my intuition, my experience to figure stuff out. Because that's our gift as humans. We all have a talent. We all have this innate ability to observe, to understand our environment, to figure things out just by looking around and feeling things out and thinking about it and doing stuff. That's what I'm relying on. Me. I'm not relying on the medical authorities anymore, the science authorities. Telling me what's going on with my body. Something's telling me that the cause of my disease is something I can't feel, I can't see, I have no sense of at all, right? That's what they want you to believe, because it gets you to buy their drugs. That's how the medical system works, in my opinion. Now, you recognize? She recognizes 15-year-old me. That warms my heart. I still look kind of like that. Wonderful. Yeah. I'll be 41 in 2 weeks. Dad. Yeah, that's 15-year-old dad. All right, I'm exhausted from ranting. All right.